Hey folks, today we're diving into some interesting developments over at Apple. So Tim Cook, the guy who's been steering the Apple ship since 2011. Well, he's turning 64 this year. Now there's no immediate sign of him stepping down, but hey, it's always good to keep an eye on who might be next in line, right? So who's in the running? Meet John Ternus, the Senior Vice President of Hardware Engineering at Apple. At 49, he's a strong contender for the top spot. But hold up, there's also Jeff Williams, the current COO of Apple. He's often seen as the frontrunner if Cook were to step aside soon. However, at 61, some folks wonder if he's the best fit for the long haul. Now, if Cook sticks around for another 3 years or so, Ternus becomes an even likelier choice. He's well-liked within Apple, getting praise from Cook, Williams, and other bigwigs. Plus, he seems committed to the long term. But it's not just about these two. Execs like Craig Federighi and Deirdre O'Brien aren't seen as top contenders for Cook's job. And hey, let's not forget about Phil Schiller and Dan Riccio. They're wrapping up their time at Apple. So it's a bit of a chess game over at Cupertino. Who do you think will make the next move? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Now we're diving into some recent developments at Tesla. So on May 1st, Tesla had around 3,400 job postings spread across the US, Mexico, Canada, and Puerto Rico. But here's the twist. Almost all of them have been taken down since then. Most of these job positions were in California, Texas, and Nevada, where Tesla has its gigafactories. Now, this isn't the first time Tesla has done this. They've wiped out their job postings before, especially after they started laying off workers on April 16th. In fact, this week marks the 4th consecutive week of layoffs for the company. And get this, at least 6 high-profile executives have either resigned already or plan to later this year. That's a big shakeup in the leadership team. Now, Tesla is a massive company with around 140,000 employees as of last year. But lately, they've been facing some challenges. Layoffs have been sweeping through the electric vehicle manufacturer, and now it seems like they put a freeze on hiring in North America. As of Wednesday, only 3 positions were listed on Tesla's job board, all for joining the manufacturing development program in Texas, California, or Nevada. Quite a change from the thousands of openings they had before. And Elon Musk, Tesla's CEO, has been keeping the employees in the loop about these job cuts. He's been citing duplication of roles and the need to cut costs to boost productivity. But it's not just the internal shakeups causing ripples. Tesla's stock dropped around 1.7% after news broke that the Department of Justice is looking into potential security frauds related to their autopilot and full self-driving technology. So this is the second time Tesla has practically wiped out its job postings since they started laying off thousands of workers in mid-April. It's a turbulent time for the company, and we'll be keeping a close eye on how things unfold. Now we're diving into an update from Neuralink, Elon Musk's brain-machine interface company. So here's the scoop. Neuralink hit a bit of a snag with its first human patient. This patient, named Noland Arbaugh, had an implant placed in his brain by Neuralink. Now everything seemed to be going smoothly until it wasn't. The implant encountered a problem that caused some of its threads to retract unexpectedly. As a result, the amount of data the device could capture from Noland's brain was reduced. Now, Neuralink hasn't exactly spilled the beans on why these threads decided to retreat, leaving Noland with a bit of a data loss situation. However, despite this setback, Noland can still navigate around his computer screen and even play some games, so it's not a total loss. This hiccup was actually anticipated by the Neuralink team. They knew that testing their technology on humans would come with its fair share of challenges. But hey, they're staying optimistic. They believe they can solve this problem and continue moving forward with their mission to merge humans and machines. So while Neuralink may have hit a speed bump, they're not hitting the brakes just yet. Stay tuned for more updates. Let's talk about OpenAI. OpenAI has been reaching out to news publishers, trying to form partnerships. This isn't something new. They've been at it since last July when they struck a deal with the Associated Press. And guess what? they've been pretty successful. They've signed deals with big names like Axel Springer, the Financial Times, Le Monde, Prisa, and Dotdash Meredith. Now what's interesting is that OpenAI isn't just offering a one-size-fits-all deal. Nope, they're customizing each deal based on the publisher. Some publishers are totally on board, while others aren't so happy. In fact, some have even sued OpenAI, claiming they're using copyrighted material without permission. But here's the deal. OpenAI is promising some serious perks for publishers who join their program. They're talking about priority placement, brand exposure, and of course, financial benefits. Publishers can expect a guaranteed payment plus some extra cash based on how well the content performs. Now, what does OpenAI get out of this? Well, access to publisher data. Yup, they want to train their models and improve their products like ChatGPT using all that juicy publisher info. In the end, it's a win-win, right? OpenAI gets better data, publishers get more exposure and some cash in their pockets, and users get a better experience. It's all about boosting engagement and making everyone happy. So mark your calendars for the Media Week event happening on October 29th and 30th in New York City. And who knows, maybe we'll hear more about OpenAI's partnerships there. Microsoft is gearing up to launch its very own Xbox mobile gaming store, and guess what? It's happening in July. Sarah Bond, the head of Xbox, spilled the beans about this during the Bloomberg Technology Summit. Now, what's interesting is that this store won't just be any ordinary gaming store. Nope. It's going to focus mainly on Microsoft's own first-party games like Candy Crush and Minecraft. But wait, there's more. This store isn't going to be confined to just one type of device or one country. Nope, it's starting off on the web, making it accessible to gamers worldwide, regardless of the device they're using. Now, you might be wondering how Microsoft plans to compete with the likes of Apple and Google's app stores. Well, that's a good question. It's still a bit unclear, but Microsoft seems to be banking on the idea of offering a more open gaming ecosystem where players can seamlessly move between devices while keeping their identities, game, libraries, and rewards intact. And get this, folks, Microsoft isn't stopping there. Nope, they're already planning to expand this store to include games from other partners in the future. But why the rush, you might ask? Well, it seems Microsoft isn't waiting around for any regulatory changes. They're forging ahead with this project, eager to offer gamers a new alternative to the closed ecosystems of Apple and Google. So while launching a web-based gaming store might pose some challenges, Microsoft is confident in its vision to create a unified gaming experience across all platforms. Exciting times ahead for gamers, indeed. Make sure to stay tuned for more updates on this as we get closer to the big launch in July. Over 500,000 members of the UniSuper Fund were left unable to access their superannuation accounts for a whole week due to a misconfiguration issue in the Google Cloud, which led to the deletion of the financial services provider's private cloud account. Services began to be restored for UniSuper clients on Thursday, more than a week after the system went offline. However, account balances will still reflect numbers from the previous week, with UniSuper assuring members that they'll be updated as soon as possible. UniSuper CEO Peter Chun addressed the 620,000 fund members on Wednesday night, clarifying that the disruption wasn't a result of a cyber attack and no personal data was exposed due to the outage. In a joint statement, Chun and Google Cloud's global CEO, Thomas Kurian, apologized to members for the disruption, labeling it as extremely frustrating and disappointing. They explained that the misconfiguration resulted in the deletion of UniSuper's cloud account, something that had never happened before with Google Cloud. Despite UniSuper typically having redundancy in 2 geographic locations to ensure service continuity, the deletion of the fund's cloud subscription caused deletion in both geographies. However, UniSuper was able to eventually restore services because they had backups in place with another provider. UniSuper manages approximately $125 billion in funds under management, highlighting the significant impact of this incident on a large number of members and their financial security. Stay tuned as we continue to follow this story and bring you further updates. All the links to the full articles are on video description. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Do you know which business model offers high profit margins, immense scalability, and requires low initial investment? The startup market specializing in software development is the optimal choice to bring together all these advantages. However, the only place where you will truly find a highly scalable service that demands low investment is with Roadmap. Roadmap has global experience providing consulting and developing apps for startups in the United States, Europe, and Latin America, making it by far the best option for new entrepreneurs. If you want to venture into the premier market, contact Roadmap right away through the website www.roadmap.co/home or via email at contact@roadmap.co.